Yo, what's good? Hey, it's your boy, The Boss. We here, TB2 Podcast. Y'all know I got to bring my little cousin on, man. BURRR, what's good, baby?
Hey, it's another day in paradise, a beautiful day to talk wrestling.
Hey, if you didn't know, I'm The Boss. I'm here with my cousin. You want to spell his name right? That's BURRR. BURRR. TB2 Podcast. Hey, man, we got an AEW Dynamite recap. You know, we coming to the IWC with the latest and the greatest. Hey, man, BURRR, my resident expert here at the podcast. He's a big AEW fan. We come from WCW Legacy and TNA and Ring of Honor. We love all of that. Impact, New Japan. So, you know, it's only right that we cover AEW, bro. So, this week's episode, Dynamite, we start off, man, with, I would say, one of the greatest heels in the industry right now.
Yeah, MJF.
MJF.
Bro, the part of him being a heel in wrestling right now is so great, and it's the little things. They're doing this thing back and forth in the ring. Him and Hangman, they're picking their stipulation for Revolution. They got a big title match coming up at Revolution. And in the middle of this promo, MJF says, "Oh, hang on just a second. Let me throw my gum in the garbage," and tosses it into the crowd. It's the little
He's
things
just
like
the perfect heel. Yeah, the perfect heel, man. He's got it down packed. Yeah.
So the whole thing back and forth with this was Hangman and MJF were both picking their stipulation. Hangman had said,
let's talk about the stipulations, bro. What was the stipulations at hand, bro?
Well, first, Hangman says if he loses this match, he's never going to challenge for the AEW Championship again. And normally when you have something like that come up in wrestling, you know they're probably going to win the match, especially being a top guy like Hangman. But the fact of the matter is, MJF did the same thing with Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes lost the match and held his word and did not challenge for the AEW title the rest of the time he was there. So there's a chance. But Hangman's side of it, he wanted the Texas Death Match. He's 5-1 in Texas Death Matches. And MJF wanted what he called a one-sided DQ, which means he can do what he wants.
My way or the highway match from MJF.
That's what he was looking for.
No weapon. Hangman can't use a weapon. None of that shit.
He said he can't even look at a weapon.
There you go, MJF. There you go. Take his strengths away from him, brother. There you go, MJF.
And he even using his, ghoulish heel tactics, he decides to flip a coin. Come to find out, it is a two-sided coin.
Yeah, he wins the coin toss. Everybody's going crazy because we know, okay, we set up for Revolution with basically an MJF ass whooping. He's going to go in there and play by his rules. He won the coin toss. Just keep the belt on him. It's all good. But the coin was two-sided, bro.
Yep.
Evil, heel, villainous tactics again from your boy. He just don't get enough. You know you're a good heel when we like to see it. When we want to see the shit you're gonna do. And he's just like that, man. He's killing me, man.
Tony Khan buzzes in and says, "Well, since you cheated for the stipulation, we're going with the Texas Death Match." Now, a big criticism that I get, boss, with AEW, and I do love AEW, don't get me wrong. A big criticism that we get from AEW, and I guarantee we're going to get it in this Texas Death Match, is there's too much blood in AEW. And now, WWE's on the flip side. They're way too PG. You never see anybody bleed. If they do, it's an accident. But when AEW does it, it's blood. I mean, I'm nervous somebody's gonna pass out.
Yeah, because Yeah, I mean, you know, where we come from, we grew up in the Attitude Era. We grew up around a little bit more blood and stuff.
And
So,
I get it. I mean, some of these
so I
guys have
get it.
been in
You
the
know, like I get it. It doesn't. It's not the worst thing in wrestling to me, but I don't want to see too much gruesome things on TV where it's like where everybody's able to see it. A pay-per-view, you're paying for it. A stream, you know, the streams and the premium live events they have, like I feel like they can get more edgy, bro. And I think
and
I'm
they
not
do.
mad at Tony Khan for being edgy for the more paid content like that, the premium paid content. I think you want to have something extra than what you're seeing on a weekly basis. So does it bother me enough to turn it off or boycott or be upset? No, it does not. Do I think they should like make it more exclusive and more, I think it should be something that's not used all the time, but I think that's when AEW has to separate itself from WWE in some form.
And that definitely does separate them because, like I said, it's the complete opposite. You never see the blood in WWE, but it just makes me so nervous because there's times I've had people that are wrestling
Oh,
fans
yeah.
that said that they couldn't watch it because of how bloody it got. I'll be sitting here watching it with my fiance, Mrs. Burr, and she'll say, I gotta look away. I can't watch.
Right, yeah. Now I ain't gonna lie, bro. The match with I believe it was Edge, bro. I believe it was Edge and Hangman just now, not too long ago with the spike bat.
Yep.
That was Hangman and the Edge, right?
It was Edge and
It was Death Riders, I think. I think it was Adam Page, bro. It was one of them, bro, or Moxley. It was somebody, bro, that gets the paint going, you know?
yeah, yeah.
And the fucking thing, the spike bat got stuck like in his back.
Yep.
That's real, you know?
Yes.
That really got that nail spike bat got really stuck in that man's skin, dog.
Yes.
That was no
Yes.
performative act. That was no magic trick. That shit, I felt, I was gonna cry. I felt bad. I was like, oh my fuck, wow. And then he kept going.
Well,
He kept they finished the fucking match.
That's a big reason
So
why.
I stopped crying. I stopped feeling bad because I'm like, they either crazy or their love for the art just outweighs the love for the money and different things, and they're just trying shit. So I would never boycott AEW for that. I hope that they're taking care of the wrestlers and everybody's safe and recovering and they do what they got to do to maintain their bodies in this shit. But I don't think it's the worst thing, bro. But just some random blood on a Tuesday night, that's crazy.
And it be coming. And it's
that's
come from the women
crazy.
too.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But hey, man, the women, bro, okay, I grew up in the Attitude Era where the men and women was fighting each other, trying to slap the shit out of somebody. She get her ass slapped the shit out of. So I don't mind. I don't mind. Let them hoes fight.
And they do.
Let them
They
fight.
do.
Let them get bloody. Let them get bloody. Don't, as a parent, it's your responsibility to watch with your kids and shit watching anyway. So, like, if your kids and different things can't handle it, don't let them watch it. If you're an adult wrestling fan, sit your ass down and enjoy the show. Or turn it off.
Well, that's what one of the things that was the whole CM Punk debacle was the fact that they were using real glass over there.
He's soft. He's soft. We see that Uncle Phil is soft. So we're not worried about him, man. But yeah, man, we got a good, Dynamite has a long card, a lot of action on AEW. So let's go, man. Let's see what else match we have. We know what's gonna go down at Revolution. We got a Texas death match. The money line is on Hangman Adam Page, but we'll see how this unfolds. Right now, with that stipulation being made, my favorite My money line wager is going towards Hangman Adam Page. 6-1 in the Texas death matches, you said. I don't see him coming out of there. But this is franchise. This is face of the franchise versus face of the franchise. So I love them opening up the show with this. I love this.
You
Two
know,
of the big ones.
and that's the thing right now with AEW that I'm really enjoying. The fact that they've got a handful of guys that are all top guys that are bidding for the title. It reminds me of there was a time frame in WWE between 2000 2003 when they were getting out of the Attitude Era, changing into the Ruthless Aggression era. But you had Triple H, you had The Rock, you had Stone Cold, you had Kurt Angle, you had Undertaker, you had Chris Benoit, you had Chris Jericho, you had all these guys that any given week could win the title, and you wouldn't be surprised by it. Right now at AEW,
that's what
go ahead.
You got to take the good with the bad with AEW, because they're giving you that nostalgia, they're giving you that real wrestling feel. They're gonna put titles up, they're gonna put action up. You're gonna have your biggest stars every week putting in work. MJF is gonna be there on a weekly basis, and he's gonna wrestle. Even though, MJF's promo skills are strong enough for him not to wrestle weekly. He could do a couple promos and get the fuck up out of there, in and out, and wrestle very minimal like in WWE. But the guys in AEW, they do put in a lot of work, and you gotta love it.
And I mean, your top guys right now, you've got your MJF, your Hangman Page, your Kenny Omega's bidding for the title. Samoa Joe, even though he's hurt right now, he's bidding for the title. You got Brody King, who's jumping in the mix, and he's a bad boy. I'm impressed with the transition that Swerve has had. Swerve has become a top guy in wrestling. In WWE, he had his hit row thing. I mean, this mug was Killshot and Lucha Underground. Yeah, we should do a Lucha Underground deep dive. That would be fun.
We shall. It will. It shall. Coming soon, guys.
But it boggles me because Swerve is a guy that a lot of these WWE guys that go over to AEW, there's a chance they start hot and then get lost in the shuffle. Ciampa came into AEW, he won the TNT title his first night there, and then he lost it and hasn't been seen the last 2 weeks on TV. And I'm afraid that he's going to get lost in the shuffle just like some of these other guys. Rusev didn't get used correctly. I mean, some of these guys, they come in hot, and then it's just fizzles. But Swerve is the opposite.
Yeah,
He has become a top guy.
Swerve. Okay. Swerve is a guy, bro. Swerve is one of the guys. And I mean, out of Hit Row and shit, he was the star, Swerve was the star. Shout out to AJ Francis, I really like him as a social media presence and stuff, But he was a star. He got good mic work. He got good ring work. I love to see the black stars, bro. I hate to make everything about race because nothing is about that with me, but some things have to be mentioned. And I think Swerve Strickland embodies what I want to see from black wrestlers, bro. I love the attitude. I love that he gets extreme. He's that guy, bro. I like his change of direction. I like the darker Swerve. I like the Swerve that's going to do whatever he got to do to get back to the top.
He'd be deadly with that chain. He'd be deadly with that chain.
I like his extreme style, bro.
He's entertaining, and bro, he's swelled up too. I mean, you look at him from 2-3 years ago, even. I mean, your boy's put on some muscle. He looks good.
Yeah, I don't like the Swerve hate. I know it's been some Swerve backlash for some Booker T comments and different things in the past, and sometimes he gets a hard knock from the IWC. It's hard I think it's hard for the WWE fans to accept a WWE guy going to AEW and having success. I think they don't like that, bro. Like, it's hard to see, bro. It's hard to see a change of direction and see the guys in AEW kind of like lean on more what they want to do versus what they're being told to do in WWE. So I like it. And I think Ciampa's in great shape. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's in good shape. I like him. I'm a Gargano fan over Ciampa, but I'm glad that he's solo because I thought that he would be a great solo solo rapper, solo wrestler. So hey, I'm looking forward to him. Hopefully he doesn't get lost in the shadows. Hopefully he stays hot. But we got a guy we got to talk about, bro. He actually was on AEW, man. Andrade, bro. Andrade.
So we see Brody King come out and he challenges Swerve to a match of Revolution. Bandito's in the ring as well. He says he wants to fight. And then Andrade comes out, so it's looking like they're probably going to go at it at Revolution, which is both matches are going to be good. Let's not get it twisted. But the whole Andrade situation for the last 5 years has been insane to me. I mean, 2020, he's in WWE, he's holding the U.S. title. He gets released, goes to AEW in 2021. He gets released from AEW, goes back to WWE in 2024, debuts at the Royal Rumble, holds the Speed title and holds the tag titles, then gets released from them September 2025, debuts in October in AEW. WWE sends a cease and desist, says that he's got to take 12 months as a non-compete. He gets a lawyer. He figures something out. They get it all worked out. And then now he's re-debuts the first Dynamite of 2026. I mean, this guy has switched teams more times than Josh Johnson, the quarterback. And for those, a little inside baseball, for those that don't know, he's been on 14 teams in 18 years, okay? Why?
Andrade, bro. Is it the Charlotte Flair? Is it the Charlotte Flair effect, bro? What happened? I'm hearing steroids. I'm thinking Charlotte Flair effect. I'm thinking Charlotte Flair effect, bro. Andrade was married to Charlotte Flair. He's doing good things. He's winning speed titles and shit. They get divorced. I don't know. Because I think Andrade is an excellent in-ring performer, bro. That motherfucker is cold.
And that's what I'm wondering if he's getting in trouble, if he's not passing wellness, is he just not happy?
It ain't ring performance.
No.
It's not in ring performance. Their presentation, because I like his gear. I like his ring entrance. I like Andrade, bro. I don't know what it was. I don't think he was getting that right pushing AEW, in WWE, just regardless. You know? Going in and out. I think he had got injured one time. So I don't think he never like found his step and kept going. Like he won the speed title, he won the US title, but I don't think they really knew where to carry him because his ring work so great. And that's why we got to bring it back to what we were saying about the violence and the blood. AEW kind of has a more open platform for these guys to showcase their talents.
Yes, I agree 100%.
And I don't think WWE lets guys like Andrade fly, spread their wings out. So when he went to AEW this last time, I was happy about that. I thought that was the right place because if you're going to be sitting on the bench or sitting in the back and catering at WWE, you might as well go to AEW.
Yeah.
But with the whole cease and desist and everything, it's like, man, this got to be something's going on because it's like they didn't want to let him go. They didn't want to let him, you know?
And normally it's a 90-day non-compete, not a 12-month non-compete. Like, that's ridiculous.
Right.
You're telling somebody he cannot work for a year? That's ridiculous. That's some deep blood, somebody mad somewhere about something.
So where do you see with now that he's able to compete, we've seen him on Dynamite, where do you think he lands coming up? Revolution coming up. We got some matches coming up. Where do you see Andrade at? Let me get an Andrade projection.
I think he starts creeping into the title picture. I think he's already made a couple things back and forth with MJF. He showed up at Hog at House of Glory Wrestling after MJF fought Zilla. So I think he's creeping up in that title picture too, which gives another name. Like I said, that any week, one of these big stars can take a title. And you know he's with the Don Callis family right now, and they got 74 members. So it wouldn't be nothing for
Right. A
somebody
literal
to,
family. They got a
yeah,
literal family.
it wouldn't be nothing for somebody to help
The
him.
Don Callis family. Say again, Don Callis family versus Death Riders. That was
Yeah, they got a feud going on right now. They've got this little death feud going on right now. And the latest part of this feud, it was Moxley against El Clone. And I don't know about you, I like watching El Clone. I wasn't sure about him at first, but his moveset is pretty impressive.
yeah. I like El Clone, bro. I like El Clone. Um, to wrestle again. Okay, John Moxley, man. He's pretty decent, bro. I can see he can work with a lot of different guys, bro. And the move sets and the shit that El Clone is on against these guys, it's rather interesting. It's a styles clash, you know. I like to see that too, man, because it shows us what these wrestlers can really do in the ring against each other. So I do like El Clone, bro. I
I mean,
do. I got a little bit of Death Rider fatigue. Not gonna lie, I do got some Death Rider fatigue. So I'm cheering for El Clone, bro.
you just
I'm
tired of seeing him
cheering
on the
for the Don,
TV?
I'm cheering for the Don Callis family
You
in
just
this situation. I'm
you,
I'm cheering for the Don Callis family, bro. I like the Death Riders. I like John Moxley, bro. Been liking him for a long time. No matter what he do in AEW, how crazy he get, I still see that he's one of the good guys. He's one of the good wrestlers out there. You know, one of the good guys, I would say. You know, but I'm getting some fatigue. I'm getting some fatigue. I need somebody. I need somebody to put him down for a little while. You know.
I'm good with it if you're giving me something fresh. And I thought Pac coming into the mix, I thought him being added to the Death Rider, and that mug is talking about adding muscle. He's always looked good, but he's gotten big too. But I thought he would add
Yeah.
something fresh to the mix, and it's just I agree. I get a little too much Death Riders on a given week. I'll be honest, but
Yeah.
Moxley is willing to work with anybody, and that's what I enjoy.
Yeah.
The thing with AEW is there's times that they're giving me matches that I don't realize that I need until it's in front of me, and I'm like, oh, I never thought about. Claudio and Josh Alexander was last week. That was a match that I didn't think I wanted until it was in front of me, and then I was like,
and that,
these two.
that's where I be coming like limbo with the shit. Cause I'm like, okay, do I want to stick around and see what's gonna happen? Because on paper, I'm like, what the hell's going on? But yeah, until they put it in front of you and let it play out, you know, yeah, you right. And that's how they kind of cook over there. They cook like that over there sometimes.
They do.
They
I mean,
do.
Swerve Omega was a great match, and I didn't realize I needed them against each other until it happened. And then
I like sometimes AEW will drag it out, but I like how they'll get a story or get a few, and they'll be done with the shit. You know, they'll put them dudes in there, have them do their story, and then it's on to the next, and then they keep building their own character. They keep building their stories. Everybody, for the most part, all of the the long-standing guys in AEW have long-standing stories and character in their development, right?
for
So
sure,
that's
for
where I'm
sure.
at with the Death. So that's where I'm at with the Death Riders, bro. Like I want to see more development, different. I want to see a different angle, different things. The talent is there. The work is there for sure. But I just want to see different story, different development out of them. Where do we go with this? Where
For
do we
sure.
go with this? So I got the Don Callis family, man. In this feud, I'm standing behind the Don Callis family.
It's
10
it's
toes
probably
down.
gonna end in a blood and guts type of match. It's probably they're gonna go
Another
back and
anarchy,
forth. Yes.
good old anarchy match at Revolution is a
It's
brewing.
yes, something along those lines. That's where I see it going.
You think El Con can handle that type of match? You see him being competitive, or you see him getting his ass just whooped
Be honest, I see him
in that
jumping
type of?
off of something. I mean, he was out
Okay,
there jumping off the barricade. He did a barricade moonsault last night, I saw. I mean, he's doing the whole DDT no sell, which got shit on a little bit online, I'll be honest. But he's interesting. He's got a glitch Pele kick that's smooth as hell. I'm intrigued with where it goes. If they'll use everybody, I'm intrigued to see where it goes. And back with the Don Callis family, one of the guys that has really impressed me over the last 6 months, a year, give or take, is Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher's another one that's
okay,
easing up into that main event tier. Now he
yeah,
won the TNT title again, and he got accustomed. The thing with the TNT title that I love is when somebody wins it, somebody's holding it for a while, they'll customize it. Briscoe had a
right,
camo TNT title. You know, when Jack Perry had it, it was all black because he was a scapegoat and he was, everybody was against him and whatnot. Kyle O'Reilly's is pink and it matches his character and I love it.
yeah, yeah. I like the custom belts, bro. I'm not opposed to it. I love it since WWE era, bro. I love the custom belts. I love the pink belt.
It
It's
just looks so
nice.
clean.
And it fits you, like you said, it fit the person of who's holding it. And after you've held it for a while, it's yours. Go ahead.
Yep.
I would love to have seen Bret. I would love to see Bret Hart with a custom Bret Hart belt.
Yes.
Just different people. So I like that, bro. I really do, bro. I like the belts. The belts don't mean what they used to mean. They don't mean what they used to mean back in the days of the good old days. So now, it's about marketing and shit. And so, the TNT title, bro, it's not the fucking. I mean, would you say it's the equivalent to what we would call back in the WCW days, the TV title? Or the US title in AEW or something like that? Like it's a mid-card
The,
belt.
the,
It's a
the
mid-card
TNT, I see the TNT title equivalent to the IC title in WWE.
IC title.
Yes.
Okay, like an IC title, mid-card, upper mid-card title,
Yes.
right?
I see
And I feel like,
that's your stepping
okay,
stone into the main event.
and now we can't lie. We love main event shit. I love main event shit. I love main event card. I look forward to the main event on cards, no fucking doubt. But the fucking bread and butter, the money, the fans, everything that keeps the machine rolling is made in the mid card.
100%.
So you have to like market these titles. You have to like create intrigue with it. And I think that that's one of the ways that we create intrigue into the TNT Championship division.
Yes.
Custom built. So you want to take it off of him to take his shit because now you're taking his belt and his pride and something he made, and then you're gonna transform it to you. Shout out to Naomi. I love the caution belt. I love the
Yes.
women's caution belt. So yeah, I love that shit, bro. Those type of things, they're not corny to me, bro. That's good marketing, and that creates intrigue into the division, bro. You got to
I
do
agree.
it because automatically off the top, we're just looking at the top. We want to know who the heavyweight title, who the world champion is. Like that's who we care about off rip, right? That's the dude, right? But everything else under that, that's what keep us watching week to week, day to day. What the fuck going on? So you have to create intrigue in it, and it lets us know who the champion is. Who the hell's that? Who's the IC champion in WCW? I mean WWE. Like it might. I know who it is, but it might take you a minute because there's no marketing and shit behind it.
and I'll agree with you with the titles. It seems like, and this is at WWE too, it seems like there are so many titles. You know, back in the day, you'd have a pay-per-view and you'd have all the titles being defended. You'd have a tag team title match, you'd have an IC title match, you'd have a you'd have 2 world title matches depending on the time you were watching. Now it's not possible with mid-card women's titles, mid-card tag team titles, multiple tag team titles, trios titles. I mean, it's just, it doesn't mean what it did. But when you've got
That's
world
one
titles,
AEW, I think one of AEW major pushbacks. They got too many titles. But I like how they're marketing the titles over there. They're keeping things interesting in wrestling and different. So I'm not mad at why they're doing it. It's just kind of hard to keep track of it when you grew up watching wrestling and you knew who the world champion was, the Intercontinental Champion, the US, the TV. You know, they threw in a hardcore cruiserweight through time. And you know, those who you knew that, and that was that. It was divisional. Now it's not divisional. I feel like it's individual accolade. A belt is an accolade for that individual. And that's that.
and one thing, talking about titles and stuff, one thing that AEW does that I think is super interesting is their whole eliminator match concept. So for those that don't know, if somebody's in an eliminator match, it's a challenger versus a champion for a non-title. If the champion wins, the challenger doesn't get to challenge for the title for the rest of his reign. He is eliminated from title contention. I've already beat you, marked you off the list. You're done. I don't have to worry about you anymore. If the challenger wins the non-title match, they get a title shot. So you could have somebody that's not in a title contention, not in the feud, win one match and automatically jump in there. They may have lost 10 matches in a row, but if they get one over on your current title holder, they jump into that picture. And it keeps things fresh. And just when I think that I know who's going to win these matches, they shock me. I mean, the Rascals had an eliminator match against FTR this last week. And yes, there was a little shenanigans from the Young Bucks. But I thought with FTR going against the Young Bucks at Revolution, they were both going to be built real strong. And yet, the Rascals came up on top, meaning they're going to get a title shot at some point later.
Right.
I mean, it keeps it interesting.
I like the transition of that because then you building up a multi-feud, you know?
Yes.
You build up a multi-feud with that. Because now FTR has to watch their back, you know?
Yeah.
They got to watch, everybody has to watch their back in that. And that makes it very, very interesting. And you can work with so much in the booking of that, you know? You can work with so much with that. You can have a three-way match. You could have singles competition out of the cliques. Like I like that rule. I like that. At first, I was really apprehensive because I'm conditioned to the WWE storyline title switchers, you know, like how they build their stories for titles. But this creates more in-depth, and it also, like you said, it keeps shit from being stale, bro. Like, how many times do we have to see LA Knight team up with Jey Uso to go against Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker?
Yes.
But 1 week we could have, you know, so I like it. Do I see the Rascals doing anything? Hell no. But do I see them filling in a gap and keeping shit interesting, and keeping FTR on their toes and shit? Yes. And yes, you need to have that, especially if you want to develop talent.
I see him smoking. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
like a chimney.
they got all the smoke. They got all of
the
it.
smoke. All of the smoke, man. Keep them on their toes. Keep them on their toes every night.
There's another little feud going on between Gabe Kidd and he had a match against Orange Cassidy last night. Gabe Kidd actually come out winning, which kind of surprised me. But you being not a big AEW, you know, not as big into AEW as I am, I really want to get your opinion on two homegrown AEW stars that they've got over there in Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin. I want your thoughts.
Orange Cassidy? What's my thoughts on Orange Cassidy?
Yeah, Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin.
Okay. First of all, okay, I'm leaning more. I'm a Darby Allin fan, bro. I love Darby Allin. I remember him doing some things like in the beginning phases of AEW. You know, like I like him, bro. He's cool. I like Darby Allin. And I like the whole Sting Darby Allin shit. Like, yeah, Darby Allin's cool, bro. I don't know what the IWC feels about him personally. I don't, to keep it real. And I really don't know how the IWC feels about Orange Cassidy. Now, I feel like Orange Cassidy has put in his work too, bro. He's put in his work. If I was to choose who I would like better, I would choose Darby Allin, of course. I just like his style. He's more extreme and shit. But Orange Cassidy ain't that bad. He get a lot of bad rap, bro. He get a lot of bad rap.
He's very
Him and Adam Page, you know, they get a lot of bad rap. But I like loyalty. I respect loyalty, bro. And I think loyalty should be rewarded. And I know like Orange Cassidy is gonna always be around here, you know? So that's how I feel about him. In the ring, performance-wise, he's not. I'd rather see Darby.
Yep.
Is Darby more goofball with the shit? Yeah. Is he more prone to botch and shit like that? Yeah. But I'd rather see him. He just something about him just more intriguing to me, you know?
Darby makes me nervous half the time. We talked about blood earlier. Darby has fallen down the stairs like 6 times in AEW. He has been thrown down the stairs. This mug has got a coffin drop. This thing has hit the apron. It's hit a coffin. It's hit stairs. Like, I swear his spine.
He done been thrown off, and his head done hit everything in that in Jacksonville. Was that shit Daly's place?
Oh,
His shit
yeah.
done hit everything in Daly's.
It bounced off of everything. 100%.
DNA all over fucking Daly's place. His DNA is scattered on fucking Daly's.
And I loved the Sting.
Oh my god. Sting would never do that shit. Sting would never.
No. I loved that like father-son dynamic they had where Sting was like, yeah, I'll have you back if you need me. And Darby's like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna jump off a building. I'm gonna kill him. And Sting's like, okay. I mean, sure. Fine.
But Sting would never, bro. You know, I liked that. I like that dynamic because Sting would never, bro. Sting DNA would not be all over Daly's place. It'd be maybe in a rapper's straight line to the ring, but that's as far as Sting goes, dog.
Darby's DNA's in the rafters, the parking lot.
Darby Allin was on the fucking skateboard, bro. He was on the skateboard.
And that's another thing he does too. He'll put tacks on the bottom of the skateboard and use that as a weapon. Like, who the fuck does that? Who does that? Darby Allin.
Yeah. But I mean, he's grandfathered in, bro. So you can't he's grandfathered in, bro. Him, the Young Bucks, you know, different people, they grandfathered in so they could do whatever they want. Like Orange Cassidy, you know, they're gonna always push the AEW line. And with that AEW line comes some extreme crazy shit. If not, then it's not AEW. So they push the line, bro. They pushed the line.
And that's why
I don't know how the feud going, bro. I don't know if I see Orange Cassidy taking over the feud that he's currently in with Gabe Kidd, but he's still doing shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing with both of them and some of the other guys in AEW. I kind of put MJF in this same category. Is they're better off in AEW, one, because they don't have as much of a leash. they can do what they need to do to get their character over without being scripted, without being told exactly what to do on a weekly basis. But they also don't have the size. WWE has been the world of giants for years.
Yeah,
And
because that's one thing I can't say about Orange Cassidy. You know, some of them don't look, they're not jacked up. They don't look like like what we would call wrestlers, you know? But that's a
and,
Vince McMahon thing. You know, that's what Vince McMahon wanted over there. That was his fetish. That was his vision of what he thought a wrestler should look like, you know?
but I
And
mean, that goes back.
that's why Moxley is over there looking like fucking Uncle Pete from the barbecue, whooping your ass with a cinder block. Cause 9 times out of 10, you're gonna encounter Uncle Pete at the barbecue before you fucking run into Brock Lesnar. You know?
Yep.
And Uncle Pete's drunk ass is gonna hit you with a weapon if he can grab one. So those dudes are like more like, yeah, niggas you see at your house, niggas you see in the neighborhood.
Well, and
And
it
whoop
takes
your ass like a motherfucker in the street at Walmart or some shit. That's how they look, you know?
It takes me back to the ECW days. I mean, Sandman,
That's how they
Tommy
look straight out
Dreamer,
of ECW.
these guys didn't look
Them
like
niggas,
wrestlers.
them
They were
niggas
just
was coming out there in jeans, bruh. Jeans.
Yep. Yep.
T-shirt ripped up. T-shirt fucked up.
And beat your ass.
Drunk as hell, man. Yeah. 2x4 wrapped in barbed wire. Cause I'm gonna run out of breath if I gotta keep running the ropes and jumping and flipping and shit. We not gonna do that. I'm gonna hit your ass with a chair to destabilize you. Then I'm gonna jump off of some shit to crush you. Then I'm gonna grab you and put you in some crazy hole to submit you. That's it.
Yep.
That's a real fight.
Yep. Yep. And AEW has that feel sometimes more than the choreographed WWE style.
Yeah. Yeah. But in the midst of that though, they're gonna botch and they're gonna get hurt. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They're gonna botch and they're gonna get hurt. But yeah, AEW definitely you can spread your wings. Some wrestlers transition to that well and some don't. Ricochet, I love him at AEW. They appreciate him. Darby Allin, he belongs there. MJF, I know everyone wants to see him in WWE, but he's the man over there. You know, Adam Page, he has to stay. The young but just different guys, they gotta go. They gotta stay over there. And I like the CMLL farm they have coming in through AEW as well. You know, those guys, I think they work a little harder than the AAA guys, and they're able to do a little bit more. And same thing with the New Japan guys over there.
I'm
Even
glad
though
you
the
brought up.
Japanese wrestlers, I'm not impressed with the Japanese wrestlers. Not trying to get off the weekly topics and stuff, but I'm not really impressed with the Japanese wrestlers over there. But I do like the wrestlers that came from CMLL over there, and I like what they do. I like the work they do. I like the work those guys do because they're able to do what they want to do.
I mean, and that's fair because honestly, I think some of the New Japan people need to be used better. I mean, you brought Okada on the roster, and Okada's on the same level in New Japan as a John Cena in WWE. I mean, he is top of the top.
Yes, but in AEW, like he doesn't make the margin to me.
He doesn't. They don't use him.
His style of wrestling just does not translate well on the TV screen in America to me. I don't, like I just feel like they could have got a better batch of guys, but I think they got it right when they went when they went to CMLL. I think they got that shit right. What they wanted to do with New Japan, they got it. They got better results out of the Mexican guys. That's what I think.
You've spent some time.
I haven't seen the return on the Japanese investment to me.
We've spent some time in Japan. We're both stationed over there together. Do you think it's a language thing? Do you think it's harder for Okada to communicate what he wants to do with certain people? Maybe he does a better match with like a Kenny Omega, somebody that can also communicate in Japanese with him?
That's a good point, but I mean, how fluent is the Bullet Club in fucking Japanese? Do them niggas speak Japanese fluently?
I
How
mean, a
fluent
lot of
is
them
Kenny
do.
Omega? I'm pretty sure Kenny Omega is fluent, so that's the wrong guy to say. I think he is fluent in Japanese. But I don't think those American dudes is fluent in Japanese, and they go over there and they come back and I don't know. I want to say yes, that is. And you know, we both lived in Japan, so you know, Japan is what, 13 hours ahead of America. So
Something
I
like
think
that.
the time lapse and like people not able to keep up with them and know who they are plays a part in that too, you know? But it doesn't take away that the nigga ring work is so, man, it doesn't take away from that to me. Cause fucking Penta and all these niggas wearing masks and they don't say much of nothing. You know what I'm saying? They don't say much of anything at all. Dragon Lee, these motherfuckers don't talk at all. And they are getting the ring, everybody saying, oh, metal, like, they found a way to be on. So I want to say, yeah, in reality, that is a problem. But you and I know behind closed doors, Okada speaks a little bit of English, bro. All of them do. They know they're taught English in school. He knows enough English. Shohei Ohtani speaks fucking English. He got a translator talking for him, but he speak English. He understand what's being said. If you put a contract in front of Okada and said you got to wrestle for free, I bet you he could read that shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I don't want to give him that excuse because he's been giving that pump and that push over here in AEW, and I just don't think that the return on the investment has not came in my book with him.
I
And I
think
feel like overall, the New Japan guys that are from the Bullet Club, the American Japanese guys, they have performed a lot better to me in AEW.
no, and I'll agree with that. And honestly, I think Takeshita, I think he's done great as the alpha in AEW. And I know he's Japanese. I know he probably speaks a little bit of English, but his work rate is
Yeah.
3 times what Okada's is, and they're about to lead to a match between them that's in the waters. You can feel the tension. But his work rate is 3 times the amount of Okada's at this point right now. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, I like that from him, and yeah. Now he kind of he is what I want to see because I am a fan of Japan, the culture. I love Japan. I love to see Japanese wrestlers come over here and get love. So yeah, Okada kind of missed it for me, bro.
Yeah,
But
I'll agree.
I would love to see him do some shit, you know. He's like an OG in AEW now, you know, keep him around, throw him in there, throw him in and out, let him figure it out.
Another one of the 74
Let him
members of the Don Callis family. You brought
put
up
him in the family,
Ricochet.
man.
You brought up Ricochet. So after that Rascals match with FTR, it ended in a big brawl that led to the match that was the main event on Dynamite. It was a mile high, what'd they call it? Mile High Madness is what they called it. But it was an
Yep.
Anarchy in the Arena match. Let's be honest. It was
Right.
Anarchy in the Arena. You had the Demand and you had FTR against Jack Perry, the Young Bucks, and the Rascals. And it was madness. The start of it, when they're sitting there fighting, going back and forth, and you got Jack Perry's Jungle Boy music playing, and everybody's just sitting there singing along, and everybody's fighting like crazy. You had the vacuum cleaner spot, which had me rolling. I mean,
Yeah.
it's stuff
Like
like
where did
this.
he get about ECW. ECW.
It's stuff like that that really changes how wrestling is viewed to me between AEW and WWE, because you never see that in WWE.
WWE is the motherfucker at work that take themselves too serious. And you're like,
Yeah.
bro, we work at a fucking cotton candy shop. Why are you wearing a suit and tie?
Yes.
Like, WWE wears a suit and tie to the cotton candy shop. AEW does, they don't take themselves serious. Wrestling has to have an element of fun and just unrealistic shit going on. Like, you have to have an element of imagination and different things to enjoy wrestling. And the creators that do it, they have to display that.
I mean, we've had
So
multiple.
those funny spots, don't get me wrong too. It's hard hitting. They're hard hitting spots. And they're crazy because they're taking they're taking shots from a vacuum cleaner, you know? It's funny because it reminds me of like shit we do with our siblings, you know, like we play around the house and play wrestling and we hit each other with pillows and weird shit, you know. So like it's a part of the game. Them spots is a part of the game, and that's AEW gets a lot of slack for that. But come on, people, see it for what it is. It's fucking professional wrestling. Like, it's not
And-
UFC. Like, it's professional wrestling. The Anarchy match, the Mile High Madness match, you know, you gotta have good cameramen. You gotta be whoever's in the truck, and I'm talking my podcast voice right now, BURRR. Is that okay?
yeah.
You gotta have good production for these matches, bro. For us to see him on TV, I can only imagine how crazy it looks in person. I'm not even gonna try to like put that in my brain really. I have to see that in person to even like tell you. But from a TV point of view, you have to have good cameramen. You gotta have the production truck, everything has to be really, really well communicated. So for them to even be able to pull those shows off, nobody get killed. We watch it on TV. It ends on time. Everything goes well. Hey, man. Salute, man.
And that's the thing. It's entertaining to me, and you know they're having a blast doing it.
Yeah, they loving doing it. And that's the great thing about it on the other side of the coin. Not only is it well communicated and produced well, they're having fun doing this shit. So they don't mind. They're giving the show to the fans and to the people at home, and they don't mind doing it. They're happy that they're doing it. And they know, like, okay, what we do, if I grab this vacuum cleaner, the cameraman's gonna get the shot. If I jump over here and you're over here and they're over here, we're gonna get those angles. So let's fucking do it. You know? Let's
Yeah.
try it. Cause the production of it is ready for us to do it. The writers are allowing us to do it. Let's try it.
We got just a few more minutes here. One last thing I want to
Let's
go
go.
over
Let's
real
wrap
quick.
this up.
One
Let's
more
do
thing
it,
I want
boy.
to go. We talked about the dream scenario of AJ Styles going to AEW. Well, he was on Talking Shop this week with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, and he basically put that rumor to rest.
What was this? When was this, brother?
Either yesterday or day before this morning. It was real recent. Real recent.
This document, this recorded, or this just a picture they took or something? What's the tea,
No,
bro? Tell me the details.
it's a
I
whole
need to know.
podcast. He jumped in
Oh,
as a
they
guest.
all did it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And he put
And you
out
just ran into them, didn't you? Did you just run into them in your neck of the woods?
Yep, they were up here at Black Rock 2 weeks ago.
Uh-oh. What they brewing up? They indie? They completely indie?
Yeah, they traveling.
So if you in AEW though, can you still travel and do
You can do
shows?
certain dates.
No, or
you can do certain
you
dates.
can? Dang, I don't know. What
But
did they say on the podcast? They might be coming back.
AJ said he's putting those rumors to rest. His neck hurts, his back hurts. He want to go home. He said he's still working with WWE. But his
Okay.
goal
I
is he
believe
wants to put over young talent, and he wants to be able to walk out on his own terms. He said, you got these older guys that get hurt, they hurt their neck, they're in a wheelchair. He has the ability to walk out on his own 2 feet and train those under him, and that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, so shout out to my boy Painter. You know what I'm saying? Derek Painter, he one of our boys from Japan. He had viewed our first episode. We speaking on AJ and the retirement. And he was basically saying that AJ's done for sure, just off of the strength that he's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. Which, I mean, it's a good point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess that's where WWE like tying them in, closing, you know, tying the laces up, closing it out for him, making a decision for him. But I mean, the Hall of Fame is just the Hall of Fame. You might be done, you know, even the Hall of Famers still be coming back and doing shit in WWE. So, you know, he definitely has the doors open for him to work in WWE, get the guys going, work in the back, such and such. Or, you know, he could just be in AEW with the Bullet Club as a Hall of Fame inductee under his name amongst all the other titles he has, you know?
I mean, it was a pipe dream. I understand that. It was something that I love speculating, the opportunity of him going to AEW.
I think it can still go with how Gallows and Andrews moving around. You know, they open to whatever. They gonna be open to the reunite. You know, they open to reunite with AJ, and I think that there's no foul play going on with them in AEW or nothing, right? Everything good. They left on bad terms. It's bad.
No, I think they left on fine terms. I just think they weren't being used.
If it's good terms between Gallows and Andrews within AEW, they ain't got no fucking no drama or no fucking blowback. Then that possibility, that dream still can stay alive. Like you said, give it a year, man. But it's possible, bro.
I just wanted to make sure to bring that up. Here
Ain't
on the pod.
nobody telling me what to do. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. Ain't nobody talking about a contract. Can't nobody tell me about a contract.
The banger theme. Banger theme AJ had in WWE.
They don't want none. No, they don't want. Bitch. Bitch. We want bitch. Yeah, man, AEW, this was an interesting conversation. Like I said, I'm always usually the devil's advocate, but I had to get in my AEW bag today. I can't let BURRR get all the motherfucking points and clips. I gotta contribute. So we're gonna keep giving you guys the latest and the greatest, the hottest and the nottest in the IWC. This is the TB2 Podcast. I'm Boss. That's my cousin over there, man, BURRR. 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 We out, man.